Coterminal angles. In this video, we are going to discuss coterminal angles. Here is a 30 degrees angle or 1/6 pi radian with x-axis as initial side and the terminal side at exactly 30 degrees. Again, from the x-axis let's move 360 degrees or 2 pi radians in counterclockwise direction. We end up with the x-axis, and since counterclockwise direction this is positive. Then move again 30 degrees, we end up again in 30 degrees, but this is now 360 degrees plus 30 degrees, so this is now 390 degrees. Then from x-axis again, let's move in clockwise direction and stop at the terminal side of the 30 degrees, and since clockwise direction this is negative, so 30 degrees minus 360 degrees, so this is negative 330 degrees. 30 degrees, 390 degrees and negative 330 degrees are coterminal angles. Coterminal angles are angles that have the same initial side, which is the positive x-axis, and share the same terminal sides. Here are the initial and terminal sides of 30 degrees. Here are the initial and terminal sides of 390 degrees. Here are the initial and terminal sides of negative 330 degrees also. To find the coterminal angles, just add or subtract 360 degrees to the given angle. For example, the coterminal angles of 45 degrees are 45 degrees plus 360 degrees equals 405 degrees, and 45 degrees minus 360 degrees equals negative 315 degrees. The coterminal angles of 60 degrees are 60 degrees plus 360 degrees equals 420 degrees, and 60 degrees minus 360 degrees equals negative 300 degrees. The coterminal angles of 120 degrees are 120 degrees plus 360 degrees equals 480 degrees, and 120 degrees minus 360 degrees equals negative 240 degrees. The coterminal angles of 135 degrees are 135 degrees plus 360 degrees equals 495 degrees, and 135 degrees minus 360 degrees equals negative 225 degrees. The coterminal angles of 150 degrees are 150 degrees plus 360 degrees equals 510 degrees, and 150 degrees minus 360 degrees equals negative 210 degrees. The coterminal angles of 210 degrees are 210 degrees plus 360 degrees equals 570 degrees, and 210 degrees minus 360 degrees equals negative 150 degrees. The coterminal angles of 225 degrees are 225 degrees plus 360 degrees equals 585 degrees, and 225 degrees minus 360 degrees equals negative 135 degrees. The coterminal angles of 240 degrees are 240 degrees plus 360 degrees equals 600 degrees, and 240 degrees minus 360 degrees equals negative 120 degrees. The coterminal angles of 300 degrees are 300 degrees plus 360 degrees equals 660 degrees, and 300 degrees minus 360 degrees equals negative 60 degrees. The coterminal angles of 315 degrees are 315 degrees plus 360 degrees equals 675 degrees, and 315 degrees minus 360 degrees equals negative 45 degrees. To find the coterminal angles of 330 degrees are 330 degrees plus 360 degrees equals 690 degrees, and 330 degrees minus 360 degrees equals negative 30 degrees. 30 degrees, 390 degrees and negative 330 degrees have the same cosine and sine coordinates as square root of 3 over 2 and 1/2. Coterminal angles have the same cosine and sine coordinates.